I mean, we talk about physical media, but we're not like a physical media channel per se. Like when there's something that drops, we'll definitely shout it out and talk about stuff we picked up. But we're
I
not.
have to be into it. I have to like it. I have to be into it. I refuse to talk about
Yeah,
stuff that I don't want to talk about. I
sure.
refuse to talk about shit that's just like flavor of the month. I'm
Yeah,
not doing
yeah,
it. Life's too short for that. You see how
yeah.
cranky I am already? God, you don't don't make me not want to be somewhere even more. That's just
But there's some pretty interesting titles coming out, and I figured it's been a while since we've done a stream like this. And then take listener questions if they want to talk about, shout out some stuff they're going to pick up or they picked up or they're excited about, whether it's physical media or movies or anything. Just chat. Let's chat it up and see where it takes us. But yeah, I figured we just do something like this a little bit more relaxed than a topic set in stone, that sort of thing. But we're going to try to focus it on physical media as much as possible, though.
Yeah, but like I said, we're just gonna shoot the shit a little bit. I'm feeling a little off my game ever since Living Dead Weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not myself. We were in a totally different mindset for like a week. And I'm still trying to be in that mindset because I have shit to edit and stuff to figure out. And I don't know. It's been a busy week. I'll tell you too. I don't know what kind of jobs you guys have, but my job particularly sucks when you take 2.5 weeks off. When you come back, it's just like the whole world
Just piles up on you. Just keeps
piles up on you,
piling.
and
Yeah.
there's a million changes that happen like in 2.5. It's just ridiculous. So I've had a stressful week.
Like
And,
changes with different clients and that sort of thing, or they want something different, or is that what's
just we're in the middle of a lot of change with how we doing it. We're training a whole new fucking system to take our jobs basically,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's like a whole new job after 2.5 weeks. I'm like so
Gotcha.
behind. But anyway, I'm just trying to figure this out. I don't understand why. Yeah, none of these are working. None of these mirror flips are working. I'm doing them. They're not working. They're not actually doing anything for my camera. In the preview of the camera hub, oh yeah, it does it, but it's not doing anything. It's not actually taking effect.
So anybody in the chat, what's going on? What's new? What have you watched? I have watched, God, I watched a film a few nights ago, and I don't have my letterbox open, but what did I watch? What?
You'd peer pressure me into smoking a joint. He's all about smoking me out. I'm like, I don't smoke. I'm like, don't touch the whistle. Yeah, no, I get it. No, anyway, yeah, Todd's trying to change the subject. I don't blame him, but I'm fucking pissy. I don't know. I'm not gonna be fun around. To be fun around. You know what bugs me, guys, is because it's not even so much this stream, but it's like, when is it gonna get fixed? I hate I'm not a tech guy. Like I'm the guy. I'm what's wrong with this generation. I pay people to fix shit if I can. I don't want to do it. I try, and I'm not great at a lot of things like that. And I try and I fail, and it's like, oh, I'd rather just pay somebody. Let the trades live on. You will get my money. But the thing is why is it so easy to use caveman equipment? But when you have primo equipment, why does it take so much more work? It makes no fucking
they want
sense.
you to be able to do pretty much everything with it, and that's what you're paying for.
No, I know,
options.
but why? I get it. It was kind of rhetorical. But why? Why is it ass backwards? Why is it ass backward? I fucking hate it. I'm so fucking frustrated all the time.
Well,
and I got to get it figured out for Friday, because Friday, full stop, we're not streaming, but we're recording a video that's going to go up ASAP, if possible, Friday night. We're supposed to have Planet CHH on. We're going to talk about the day in Alpha, and we're going to talk about the Day of the Dead shout release. And I have to get this shit figured out. I have to get this shit. I fucking refuse not to.
We'll get it figured out.
I fucking refuse. I refuse. I'm this fucking on edge, everybody. Everybody needs to fucking try and peer pressure me into smoking weed, because I am so fucking, I'm stressed all the time. I'm so high strung.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, man.
I don't give a shit about anything physical media. Kubrick, great. Big expensive set coming out. Next. What else is there? Anybody else want to talk about anything else?
I don't know, but you're a total buzzkill.
Yeah. I took a 15-minute nap. It fucks me every time.
Let's see what Robert has to say. I want the Diary of the Dead 4K and Survival of the Dead 4K, which, Diary of the Dead, I don't know if I would even like. I have the Blu-rays of both of them. I'm fine with both of them. I'm not fans. Well, Diary's
I
fine,
don't
but
think there's a demand for those.
no, there will be eventually, but not at the moment. I mean, we barely got a Day of the Dead 4K that just came out, so which we're going to talk about here this Friday. And but yeah, for Romero's work, I mean, we did get the Bruiser one, which I'm happy with the Bruiser. We still need a Night Riders. I know Aaron's a non-Night Riders guy. I love Night Riders, but there's other stuff in his catalog that I'd rather have before the survival movies and diary movies.
I don't think there's an appetite for it. There's not an appetite for Twilight coming out. Look, the only purpose at this point is to milk his legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no appetite for anything. We don't need Twilight of the Dead. We don't need yet another Night of the Living Dead remake. We don't need any of this. And if they do put out a 4K of Diary, I mean, I'm happy for the people that want that, but I just don't really think there's anything that really warrants it. And I don't know. I get a little beat down on the Romero stuff because literally the guy's dead and everybody's just milking the shit out of it. Even the mall. It's the last Living Dead weekend ever. Just kidding. Psych. We're gonna have another one in October.
But they're going to do the same thing with Carpenter, though. I mean, once Carpenter goes, I mean, he's on the Mount Rushmore, so it's going to happen with these directors, man. I mean, you got to eat it up while you can with these directors because they're never going to come around again.
What? That makes no sense. So we got to take advantage of them because they're never going to be here again.
Well, why? They're never going to be here again. I mean, they're not going to have any better movies out there than, unless you think Corey Barker's filmography is going to be just as good as Carpenter's.
Will you say the guy's fucking name right?
What?
Curry.
Curry.
You keep calling him Corey. You always call him
Corey. Corey. Sorry.
I don't even like the guy very much, but I'm going to show him some respect. Jeez Louise.
Okay.
Anyway, no, I don't think that's the attitude at all. Just because, they're gone. They're dead. Like, we're never going to have them again, so we might as well milk them and remake all their movies. What? That makes no sense to me. I mean, I agree. It's inevitable. It's going to happen.
You got to honor their legacy, man.
That's not honoring their legacy. Twilight, I don't give a shit what anybody says.
I think they can honor their legacy. I mean, they haven't done it yet. Don't get me wrong, but I think some people can. I don't know what directors can, but
we have to wait and see, I guess, for Twilight. I'm morbidly curious to see it, of course, like a lot of people, but I just have a hard time. I'm skeptical believing that this is really something to honor his legacy. I don't see how anybody could see something like that as being canon. And, they could really put it up there as like, the official next chapter in the Dead. So, you know what I mean? It's the equivalent of me dying and somebody finding a piece of paper with like a rough scratch, like concept. And like, oh, well, this is his last. Maybe I don't want that to be my last official work. I mean, I don't fucking want that.
I'm curious to who's going to direct this because they talked about like one director. And then I think that got axed. Was it the Session 9 guy that was going to do it? And then
I don't know.
I don't know if his daughter is going to direct it or I don't know, but I mean, I never saw her movie, but I don't know if she wants to honor her dad's legacy. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know her as a director, so I have no clue.
You know what? Okay, so speaking of Living Dead Weekend, Jeff, he's saying I must congratulate you guys. The work you guys did for LDW I've seen so far is spectacular. It's top notch, incredible. Everything. The audio is amazing considering how bad it is. The mall. Yeah, that took some post. Yeah, but yeah. So at that panel with Savini and Nicotero, and Nicotero said that he was doing the effects, the makeup effects, for Diary, which I think that was like the reveal, and I guess that adds some credibility to it. But why doesn't Nicotero direct it?
Yeah,
he's a director.
Agree. Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I just
why doesn't Savini direct it? I mean, he did Night 90 and it's great.
I don't know why Savini doesn't do anything anymore. He's happy just collecting these con checks,
Which I don't know. Maybe it's he's a little older now and he doesn't want to just go through because he did have the bad experience with the Day of the Dead directing and all, or Night Living Dead 90 directing and all that shit. So yeah, it could be because of that. But Yeah.
The last dead anything he did. Well, no, he had a cameo in Land of the Dead, technically, but the last dead anything besides that was Children, right? Wasn't that the last?
Children. He was in Planet Terror.
Oh, last dead related
Last
thing.
Dead. Yeah, yeah. I thought you were talking about the zombie. Yeah.
Robert, Aaron, you're not a true Romero fan. You just don't understand. Look, it's not that. And look, I'm the first to say I'm not. Look, when we went to this mall, that was like your hardcores.
Mhm.
I'm not that guy. I love Dawn of the Dead. Like I'm more of a Dawn of the Dead fan, which makes sense because the mall, it's like it totally makes sense to be there at that location. But these people were like the hardest core of the hardest core Romero fan, and God bless them. You know, a lot of, but you know, when we got to talking to some of them at like the after parties, you know, there's ones that don't like this movie or
They can
don't
admit
like
his
that
flaws.
movie.
Yeah, yeah.
And but no, I mean, I don't think that doesn't make me a fan. I'm just being honest. Like and guess what? The few people I asked about the Twilight of the Dead thing at these mixers, they kind of agreed with me. They don't really see how they can't really take it too seriously as canon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
And I don't know if it's something maybe like because that was one of my first horror films. Maybe it has something to do with that. Like I don't know. It just always stuck with me, and the whole subgenre is just implanted in my brain. It's gonna be my favorite subgenre of all time when it comes to horror. But that's just me.
Nicotero's doing the effects, which he's done for decades, which is much more significant than him simply directing it. I I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't care. I'm curious. I'll watch it. I'll give it a fair shake, but I'm not exactly excited about it because why would I be with the source material? Like I said, it's like if I wrote some cliff notes on a napkin from Benihana and somebody found it after I died and said, "This was his last will. We're gonna make this into a whole movie." I from the clouds, I would not be excited about that. Like, guys, it's not fleshed out. What are you doing? Or maybe I didn't even like that. I write down a lot of shit that I don't end up wanting to touch later. That's just how it works.
I'd be happy if they made it just as good as, and the same equivalent as the Bone Temple when it comes to 28 years later. I thought the Bone Temple was great. I didn't love it, but I thought it was really good. I give it like an 8 out of 10. So something like that. Just give me something that I can really enjoy.
I wish somebody would get behind it with like a big bag of money. But the thing is for some reason, the guy who started it all is fucking cancer in mainstream. I don't know what the fucking deal is. 28 days later, we'll get big budgets, get big directors, get all this money behind it. But as soon as you attach George Romero's name to it, for some reason, even though they're all just ripping him off, I don't know. It won't get any respect. I wish some of these guys, because a lot of these people are fans. These guys like Quentin Tarantino and Edgar Wright, all these guys that are in the industry, they're all fans of Romero, just like they're all fans of John Carpenter, but none of them will actually, okay, they want to remake Carpenter's movies left and right. The guy's still alive. Nobody wants him to direct anything.
Yeah, which is crazy.
I don't understand it.
I mean, sure, you got a stinker with the ward, but at least give him something else.
What's up, King? No, it's okay.
Hey,
You didn't miss much. George's widow said that she was the last big zombie movie he was planning on. So I think she would know if that was his last wish or not. Just saying.
But it wasn't even it was just a treatment.
It's a treatment. They're going off like they're going off an outline.
Yeah. So it's 4 pages or whatever it was.
Yeah, and you're 100%. Yeah, 4 pages. My God, that's not even like.
Yeah.
That's not even really a treat. It's maybe an outline if we're lucky. And look, that's fair. If she was with him in his final moments and he said, I want to make this movie, let that be my thing. Fair enough. But like, whatever. It doesn't mean George wasn't making great movies when he was alive for the last few years. Either. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Bottom line is he has like ambitious ideas a lot of times on paper and they can't get made. And then when he can't get the budgets for these, we get Survival of the Dead. And are they going to give Twilight a budget? I don't really know what Twilight's about. Is it pretty
well?
grand
It's going
in scope?
It's going to get more if they have Kate Beckinsale attached to it. It's got to get a little bit more than
Kate Beckinsale is doing like Redbox type movies now. You really think she's going to demand a bunch of money?
Well, I think it's going to be a lot more expensive than Survival, because Survival is like,
I guess,
shoestring budget, man.
I I don't think it's gonna have a lot of money. I mean, it might have a few $1,000,000, but I don't think it's gonna be. Who's the production? Who's putting up the money for this?
I have no idea, and we don't know that yet. I don't think so.
Let's see. The only Romero dead film with a big budget was Land, and it was mid. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, John.
It's only treatment because the poor man died, and I don't think that's relevant. Who cares if it's just an outline? They could still do it good. No, I agree, man, and I'm not trying to ruffle feathers. I just think, what would I want? And I know I'm not George Romero or the estate, but you know, if we're speaking in terms of music, it's like the Pantera thing. If you guys listen to music, metal music, the Pantera thing, and they're kind of always teetering off and on, like, hey, are you guys open to doing more music? If we did, maybe if it was like off demo tapes that Dimebag left, and we can make, and it's still not like a Pantera record to me. You know what I mean? It's still something else. And so if it's just, it could have something, an air to it, but at the end of the day, on the shelf, I'm not going to take it seriously. They're going to put George A. Romero's Twilight of the Dead, and it's just not going to have the same legitimacy as Night or Dawn or Day.
No, it won't.
Not.
That's why I say give it. I don't know if his son directs too. Give it to his kids. Let them do it. You know, if it sucks, it sucks.
Oh, Emil likes Romero's Monkey Shines. Yeah, I just can't get into. I wish I loved it. I wish I had another.
It has its fan base. Absolutely.
Does it? I haven't seen like a big fan base for it, but yeah. Well, I'm glad you like it. It's not for me. Coincidentally, today is the 21st year anniversary of Land of the Dead coming to the theater, and that's freaky. I can't believe how much time is passing. But it is what it is. It's now retro.
Did I see Land with you?
No,
in the theater?
I was in Missouri. I saw it with another buddy a couple of times. And so Land of the Dead, 21 years old. So think about it. Land of the Dead is now as old. Oh, actually,
21 years is about 20 years old.
It's bigger than the Day gap.
Yeah.
Because 21 years from Day was 2006.
Okay.
And Land came out when? 2005?
2005, yeah.
So it's actually a year longer of a gap than Day was back then. That's always a trip to think about.
Wow.
Yeah. It's always a trip. And I watched, and we'll talk about it Friday, but I did watch that Day. I'm not going to talk about the controversies today.
No.
But yeah, I mean, like I go back to that movie all the time, and I'm like, I still just think it's not the same. It's as Dawn. You could just tell. You could tell where it was clamped down. You could tell where it's compromised. I don't know. I'm just never gonna love that movie quite as much as I love Dawn or even Night.
But I would put it a 9 out of 10. I love Day, man. It's just something about Day, over the top, the gore, the acting. It's one of those films. I saw Day before I saw Dawn, so maybe that has something to do with it. But I love it.
John says he agrees that he thinks Monkey Shines is decent. Yeah, I mean, if the movie was just like that last 5 minutes for an hour and a half, that'd be great. Just a one long feature length of a guy just breaking a monkey's neck with his jaws. That's entertaining. I just I've never been into it. Will I ever watch it again? Maybe I'll give it a chance and I'll age into it. Maybe it's one of those movies I'll like when I'm old. I don't know.
I love Creepshow. Creepshow's great. I love Creepshow 2, even though he didn't direct it. Creepshow 2, but
I've got my Amplus thing I got signed over there.
Yeah.
I've got
Martin's fantastic.
Let's see. Day of the Dead is 10 out of 10. There's something about it. Like, I don't hate Day of the Dead. I always feel the same about it. I watch it. I'm like, look, it's a solid movie. I just don't think I can't help but compare it to Dawn. And I know I shouldn't. I really should just look at it for its own thing. But it's just.
Well, the thing is, which I totally understand why you say that, Aaron, because the same people 20 years ago were saying the same thing you were, because it seems like now people like Day of the Dead, but everybody 20 years ago hated Day of the Dead, 20, 30 years ago. So,
but I felt this way about Day of the Dead 20 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But people are like,
I'm consistent.
You're consistent. Yeah. So, I mean, maybe there's people that, always loved it and that sort of thing, but it seems like a lot of people it's grown on people over the past 10 to 12, 15 years.
I don't know what it is. If Day came in between Night, because Night's very contained. Day is also contained, but a little bit, I guess a little bit more than Night. And then Dawn, it just feels like, it feels like going from Terminator 2 to Terminator 3. Like, oh, like we really scaled it down. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's it. I just don't like the characters as much. I mean, they're fine. Joe Pilato, all these characters are fine, but I just don't think the story is as good. I don't think the characters are quite as good.
They're
Yeah,
not likable characters, but I mean,
there's
fun.
funny,
They're
there's
fun.
there's
Yeah.
fun lines, but it's not as good as Dawn.
No,
The soundtrack is not nearly as good as Dawn.
I enjoy it, but it's not as good. I enjoy
Everything is like a couple of pegs down, and that's the only thing that bothers me.
it.
And so like I said, if Dawn's a 10 out of 10, Day for me is a 6 or a 7, depending on
Wow.
the day. That's a good movie to me.
No, I get it. I mean, I love the fact that it was filmed in the Wampa mine. I think that's really cool. A movie that's all filmed in a mine is just so claustrophobic, and yeah, I don't know.
Monkey Shines and Dark Half are both great Romero flicks. You will see the light.
See, Mutineer has defended these films.
Yeah. Look,
To each their own, man.
we can all agree to disagree. It's fine. Look, I would much rather watch Dark Half than get a root canal. Monkey Shines, I don't know. I might have to get the root canal. They're fine. I don't think he has any offensively bad movies. I get. Well, Monkey Shines is pretty fucking boring. But other than that,
I would say Dark Half's worse than Monkey Shines.
Really?
Yes, just because I can't stand what's his face. Who's the director or who's the actor in Dark Half?
Timothy.
I always want to say Elephant. It's not.
No, it's from Taft.
Hutton.
Timothy Hutton. Yeah, from Taft.
Yeah.
John, look, I know I'm ruffling feathers here when I say that. Why does it piss people off when I say this so much? Why does Day not being Dawn equals it sucks? I think the original, dude. I'm not trying to be controversial when I say that. I am just being honest. Like I hate that gets people so riled up, but like, it's a good, solid movie.
See, Aaron's rankings are a 6 is a good movie, a 7 is worth a buy. Right? Am I correct?
But there's some wiggle room there because I always own Day because of the legacy. It's like
Sure.
but yeah, like no, 6 is a good movie.
Yeah.
7 is a good movie that I would probably own.
5's a streamer.
And Day. Look, Day. Let's call Day a 7. Let's call it a 7. 8 is a amazing movie to me. And then honestly, there's not that much difference between an 8, 9, or 10. It's just like little things that differ between. Like I could enjoy an 8 out of 10 just as much as I enjoy a 10 out of 10. A 10 is like just something that's just perfect. It is lightning in a bottle. I cannot really see any big flaws at all in it, and I wouldn't change a thing. So look, Day is a good movie, but it just pisses people off so much when I have that hot take. I'm like, we were talking.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. I mean, no, I agree with you. I mean, like Day is my third favorite of the trilogy. I just go Dawn, Night, Day.
But look. Why does Day not being Dawn equal it sucks? I never said it sucked.
No,
you're saying that. You're putting words in my mouth. I've said it like till I was blue in the face that I like Day of the Dead. Mm-hmm. I don't love it as much as Dawn. And the thing is we were at this convention and I was talking to people that preferred Day.
Yeah.
There's
all
people
over the map now.
So there's people that prefer Day.
Prefer Night.
And they're literally the same as me, where they're just saying they prefer one to the other. And I don't know.
Which is cool that everybody has their own thing,
Look, it just follows a long list of franchises that peak in the second film. Mm-hmm. I mean, I necessarily wouldn't agree with it, but a lot of people think like Aliens was like big. Alien is kind of like Night of the Living Dead, then Aliens is bigger with Dawn of the Dead. And then it went down to Alien 3, and it's like, oh. And then Terminator 1, Terminator 2, and then Terminator 3. Oh.
Yeah.
It just happens. People talk about the sophomore slump. Whenever a franchise actually hits it out of the park and exceeds expectations with the second one, it's the third movie slump.
Yes.
How many examples can we think of?
Yeah.
How many examples can we think of where the third movie gets better?
Oh, no, it gets worse. Okay.
No, I'm saying like when they're ever, if they're lucky enough to have a sequel that is just as good as surpasses, it never keeps getting better with a third one. And another example too, very popular movies, Dark Knight.
Yeah.
I know people like all the Dark Knights, but everybody creams their fucking pants over the second movie, Dark Knight.
See, I like the first one better, but
Yeah,
I think the second one's great too.
But I'm saying it's like I said, it's debate. Everybody's got their fans.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's like you have Batman Begins, you have Dark Knight, which is like on this pedestal as the thing, and then Dark Knight Rises. It's
Well,
a,
yeah,
it's like
it's
it's a dip. They
Yeah.
can't top it. And that's, to me, that's just like Day of the Dead. And yeah, I would have loved to have seen them give him the money he wanted to make the original vision. Like maybe it would have been a bit different. I'm not one of these people that a lot of people were disappointed when they made a sequel to Dawn and it didn't continue the story with those guys.
I don't know. Emil, he brings up a hell of a point with
Look,
that Nightmare on Elm Street. Third Nightmare on Elm Street, it was killer, man. So
but that's not, but that breaks the pattern because two was a dip. Commercially,
Nightmare 2? Oh, commercial. Okay.
I like Nightmare 2, but it's not the one. It's not the unanimous. Like no one's going to disagree that Aliens was awesome. No one's going to disagree that Terminator 2 was pinnacle. It's not the same scenario in my opinion. But yeah, that is still an interesting. That is
Nightmare 2 finally picked up steam in the past 10 years. So I'm glad it did.
And I agree, Emil, on Exorcist 3 as well.
It's phenomenal. It's great.
But again, this is a different scenario we're talking about. We're talking about where there was a second movie that was a stinker.
Mm-hmm.
Because people didn't like Nightmare on Elm Street 2 when it came out. It was seen as a bit of a dud, and then nobody likes Exorcist 2. And then this is like the comeback. Where the third movie is like amazing. It's the comeback. That's a different that I don't know what other films fit into that. I kind of feel like Rocky's kind of like that. I know people like Rocky too, because it's a continuation of the first one. But Rocky 3 has Nightmare on Elm Street 3 vibes. Where
Rocky was my favorite growing up. As I gotten older, it's not as
Which one?
Rocky 3.
Rocky 3 is amazing, but Rocky 3 kind of reminds me of a Nightmare on Elm Street 3, where they changed the tone a little bit. They took it to a different place, and so that's a totally different thing altogether.
Because it was more action packed. Yeah. Oh, I think we skipped Robert's comment up here. Sorry, brother.
I'm sorry. What do we?
This was his comment.
All right. This is my problem, not anyone else's, but it's a big pet peeve of mine when people just can't enjoy a movie on its own. Why does everyone have to compare a director's work with other things they do? Human nature. I don't know what to tell you. I do. I'm looking at Day as its own movie too, because if I saw Day of the Dead out of context of the director who made it, I don't know why everybody's so fucking offended that I'm giving something a 7 out of 10. That's a good fucking score, guys.
It is.
It's just everybody's so fucking worked up that I think a movie's good. It's like Obsession fans all over again. It's like, but it's not. It's amazing. It's perfect. It's not perfect for me.
Yeah.
It's like I don't understand. Like I've never. It's just, dude. That was happening with the Obsession thing. I'm like, I said the movie.
You were getting roasted on the Obsession take, which was my take too. I totally.
But I'm like, I literally said Obsession was okay. It's fine. I didn't have it.
It was a decent movie.
Yeah. And Grande, the guy that was really fucking tearing it apart, got away scot-free. I'm like, I don't understand this, but no, I get it. I'm like that. I'm selective.
Especially when a director has a masterpiece like Dawn and Night, it's like it's hard not to compare his other work to that. I mean,
it's impossible.
Yeah,
and just but I agree with you in the sense that like, look, I'm going to be selective. There's going to be certain things where I'm going to be a hypocrite where that doesn't apply. Like for example, with music, I love Chinese Democracy.
Yeah,
and I get it. Really, what I should be doing is looking at that and been like, oh, but compared to Use Your Illusion, which came out so much earlier, kind of, well, I mean, a bigger gap than Dawn and Day, but that's irrelevant. But I look at it as its own thing. I'm like, yeah, but it's its own thing. It's great, man. The songs are great. I know I'm a hypocrite, but it does. I can't choose what taints my opinion of something. But I genuinely feel that's how I would perceive Day, regardless if I had ever seen Dawn or not. I don't know. I just do, because I don't know. It is what it is. I don't
That's what makes you great, man. Putting your balls out there.
Put your balls out there. I would rather watch Jerry Maguire, everybody.
I love Jerry Maguire, man.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm never going to be the guy that's going to rage bait or like lie and just to rile people up. I'm always going to be honest. I'm not going to change my answers to please people either. It's at the end of the day, it's just movies, man.
Yeah.
Look, I fucking love Batman Returns. You know, everybody on this show is giving me shit for loving Batman Returns so much. I believe me, I would be the cool kid in school if I just conformed and said, yeah, I like 89 Batman better. I would be the hip at the cool table, but I can't lie. I
Okay.
like Batman Returns better. I just do. I would actually watch. They're not even apples to apples, but it's so funny. I almost said this just to. I would rather watch Batman Returns than Day of the Dead.
You're crazy.
I actually think Batman Returns is a perfect 10. I love that movie.
Well, I'm
Look,
happy. I'm happy you like it.
If Day of the Dead, if Joe Pilato could have been replaced by Christopher Walken in Day of the Dead, now we're talking. I just love Christopher Walken. I love Andrew Binarsky. Why was Andrew Binarsky, if he was old enough, he should have been in Day of the Dead as one of those grunt soldiers, man. Anyway, Rocky 3 is just a little weaker than the original to me. Why? Don't get me wrong, the original's the best. The original Rocky is the best.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're talking about ranking the Rocky films, that's a little tough, but I will say
That's real tough.
No, for me, it's Rocky 1. This is where it's tough. But the next couple, Rocky 3 and then Rocky 6. I think Rocky 6 is phenomenal. Rocky Balboa is a fantastic.
Oh, you put 2 that far down, dude?
Well, I'm just saying, like, it's not my top 3.
Okay.
Because they're that good. And Rocky 4 is amazing too. But if I'm being honest, Rocky 1 100% all the way. Probably 3, but honestly, whenever I watch Rocky 6, I'm like, this is it. There's something about it that gives it goes for the second spot. There's something about it I love. It's a better Rocky 2 than Rocky 2 is.
It took me a while to come around on that, but I still like Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and then 5.
Rocky 1, 3, and 6 are close, then 4, then 2. 2 just kind of like gets the it's like the Hellraiser 2 thing where it's like, it's too close to the original. It's great. I love it, but it doesn't stand out like 3 does and 4 does. Like every other movie is like its own color of the rainbow, except for 2. It's kind of like a continuation, but I love it too.
The fact he went out on top. I mean,
But
when I was a kid, it just made me like it that much more.
But when you look at it, and he goes out on top in 3 and in 4, but because they attach 2 to 1, like one movie, it like Hellraiser 2, it kind of taints the first movie because the whole point of the first movie is he loses, and then it's like, just kidding, next time on last episode, and then he just wins. It's like, there's something about it. I don't know what it is, but I do like it. The only nitpick I really have with Rocky 2 is that they made him really stupid all of a sudden, where he can't fucking read. He's like doing the car commercial as dressed as a caveman. And then in 3, he's like smart again. Like in 4, he's not even stupid at all. He's like Mr. GQ wearing the Hugo Boss t-shirts. And then, they couldn't get consistent his mental abilities. 1, he's kind of slow, but he's like got a heart. 2, they just made him full-blown retarded. Like it was almost like, all right, guys, we're laying out.
I mean, he did get, hit in the head quite a bit in the first film,
I guess, but how to get better in 3? And 3 and 4, he's like totally normal. He can read all of a sudden. And he's just like, but he can't read in the second one. It's like, it's pretty funny. And if anything, he should have been dumb in 5 because they made that part of the story when he comes back and he's got the brain damage, he has to retire, and then he has to manage Tommy Gunn and all that stuff. But he's like smart as a tack in 5. Yeah. And then they kind of brought back hints of like 6, they kind of bring him back to Rocky 1, which is great. Like that's perfect. He's not stupid, but he's not like book smart. And they kind of like got that back in 6. And then they also nailed that again in Creed, where they make a couple little lines where he's not, but it's not too heavy-handed.
Well, because he kind of starts realizing at the end of the franchise that 1 is directed to the everyman, where it's more relatable than part 2 when it comes to Rocky. So they were like, okay, this is probably the sweet spot right here. So let's go back to the Rocky 1 personality.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is illiteracy is at an all-time high with this generation. So they'd probably now they got to make him fucking stupid again where he can't read. It's just like ridiculous. It just drives me crazy. Look at that. Batman Returns is also my favorite over 89.
Wow, you guys are wrong. So
my man, My man, it's got all the character. It's not impossible, guys. I don't do it, but that's just me. I wasn't saying anything specific about me. I'm not upset with your rating of Day, just so you know.
No, we know. We know. It's just fun to talk about, man.
Oh well, dude, it's so funny because I felt like I was in the Wolf's Den with the Dawn event, and I loved it. And like I said, I would personally not go back to that mall if it wasn't Dawn of the Dead. Like, I think it's great that they're having another event, but it's going to be themed around
Reanimator. Yeah, that really doesn't interest me.
And I love Reanimator, but Reanimator at the Monroeville Mall, it just doesn't hit the same.
It does.
It might as well just be. I get it. You're still in the hallowed grounds, but the thing is the mall looks like a mall today. It doesn't resemble the mall from Dawn today. But when you're there during that event and they have all the people and you got like the tour, it helps. There's something magical about it. But yeah, no, I was in a place where I felt like, oh, I can't even be even the least bit critical around here because there's some hardcore Romero guys, let me tell you. Do no wrong. And I get it, man.
They're all pretty cool. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, but I feel like I felt like I'm in somebody else's house right now. I need to just be on my best behavior.
Guys, I hear it all the time. It doesn't bother me at all. I care less what Aaron thinks about a film.
I don't care. I mean, I don't care about my fanaticism about things.
Yeah.
I love Metallica. I get it. People hate different eras of Metallica. I've heard it all day long. You can't offend me with that. I don't give a shit. It's totally fine. It doesn't bother me. I don't quite understand those fandoms that do get that worked up. Yeah. That's kind of interesting. The thing is, and this is going to make me sound pretentious, but I'm not being facetious. I'm not being the only person perfect ever to walk the earth was Jesus Christ. And to think that anybody else is perfect, people being imperfect doesn't take them down a peg as far as like legitimacy goes.
I thought it was Kurt Hennig.
What?
I thought it was Kurt Hennig, dude. Mr. Perfect.
Oh.
That fell flat. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just saying, like, there's nobody that's perfect. Nobody that's perfect. And the fact that I've said it a million times, the fact that Romero has Night and Dawn under his belt and even Day, dude, he's already elite tier. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I can't name anybody else. The closest I could get is maybe a Carpenter, but even Carpenter, his reign ended. His streak finally came to an end. That's why I like these guys, like these bands like Zeppelin and the Beatles and all these guys. It was probably for the best that they petered out at a decade or less, because had Led Zeppelin gone on longer or the Beatles gone on longer, they probably would have started to show the loose threads, right? That's just the way it is. And you have even these bands. Look, I'm going to go back to Metallica. I love them. Everybody loves their first decade of music. If Metallica fucking called it quits after a decade, wouldn't it just be like a Beatles thing? Yeah. I don't know. It's just bound to happen, man. Things change. Romero had different eras. He had different films. Nobody's perfect. Clive Barker, on the Rue episode that we just did on Friday with Alpha, we talked about one of my all-time favorite films, Hellraiser. Clive Barker directed 3 films. 1.5 of them are good. You know what I mean? And and he didn't even write that a lot compared to guys like Stephen King. But it doesn't matter. He did Hellraiser. Mm-hmm. It doesn't fucking matter. Some might say Army of Darkness, but I was not a fan. Army of Darkness is easily the weakest of the 3. Yeah, in my opinion.
I still enjoy it, but
me too. But I'll say this though, it's kind of the hardest watch for me these days. I feel like it got old a lot quicker than 1 and 2. Which, by the way, we have to do an Army commentary soon. Because I think Burn comes out real soon, within a couple. Well, I think we have a couple. I think it's like mid-July, 13th, or So we have to do that maybe even next week. Anyway, Lord of the Rings 3 is the only number 3 movie that's considered the best in the series as far as critics are concerned. Yeah, and I thought, even though I've never seen those movies, but I know people rever it, so I did think about that when I was saying it. But yeah, it's a rare thing. Let's see. Batman Returns is awesome. Let's see here. Aaron, that would be hilarious to have Christopher Walken in Day. Joe got him.
I love walk.
I
The ice is gonna crack.
I even like Rocky 5. Rocky 5 is one of those films where this is going back to Robert's thing. I've tried watching Rocky 5 and looking at it as its own film. And as its own film, it's okay. It's an average Stallone movie. I mean, I guess it's every bit as enjoyable as like Over the Top. But
I take Over the Top over Rocky 5.
Over the Top's not a great movie, Todd.
It's not a great movie.
Pretending it is.
It's not a great movie, but it's nostalgic.
It's 80s cheese.
It's nostalgic.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Everything about that premise is so stupid.
It is, but I like it better than Rocky 5.
But I'm saying Rocky 5 is just like standard middle of the road Stallone.
And I don't hate Rocky 5, but
when you sandwich it in between 6 and 4 and 3, yeah, it's gonna be real. It's really hard to not compare it, especially when it really connects itself to 4.
Yeah,
it's just not that good. It's like, oh, I can't find, and I like how 6 completely just retcons it, because it does. It completely retcons it. It's like it never fucking happened, because he's dealing with the brain damage when he gets back from Russia, but I don't know. All of a sudden, he can box again in 6. It's like, I'm fine. Whatever. No one's talking about Tommy Gunn in 6. $600 for Kubrick and $80 for GTA 6. I love the feature. So I guess we can talk about it. There is that Kubrick set. That's the biggest news. And it's expensive. It retails for $600. Of course, they got it running on quote unquote sale for $450. But they're gonna, when it comes to like the actual Criterion sales you get a couple times a year, it's probably gonna be $300. Like they're gonna go 50% off that retail of $600. So you guys decide or not if you think it's worth $300. I mean, nobody in their right mind should be getting this at $600 or $450. But there's a lot in here. For $300 for the right fan, it could be worth it. And it was kind of out of nowhere that it's got everything. Look, films in the set. Let's go down the list. I don't understand what the packaging is. It's almost like an envelope.
I don't either, man.
Is it like an envelope box, like a shipping box? It's weird. Like
it looks like an oversized box, and I don't know how it's gonna look.
And that I don't like that. So to me, it's gonna be make or break on how the packaging is. And I wonder how it opens too. Like if it's got like flaps and shit.
They haven't really shown any of that. I don't believe how it opens. Do you want to read this?
No, because we'll go. And I mean, we know what it is. Go down. It's but here I'll read that. Go up. I'll read the last paragraph. Collected here for the first time are Kubrick's 13 features and 3 shorts, all restored in 4K with their original soundtracks, along with 5.1 mixes. Restored. Okay. Yeah, I'm saying it's a lot. Restored and remastered. Over 25 hours of interviews, documentaries, and behind the scenes materials, and deluxe packaging illustrated with rare photographs, artwork, and documents annotated by Kubrick himself, all housed in a singular box inspired by the director's legendary archive. So this thing is, like I said, for $300, if you've got the money, it might be worth it, because it's got a lot of shit, especially if you don't own any of the other variants of these out there, because, studios have some of these out there. Criterion just put out Eyes Wide Shut single, which, now it makes me not want to open mine, just in case this ends up being, I want to watch an unboxing of this, because it looks so oddly shaped. And I don't know how
it looks like a thing of computer paper, like a package of computer. Look at this towards the bottom or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you see right here.
Yeah. Like a package of computer paper, printer paper.
Yeah. Printer paper.
And that scares me.
Yeah. I'm not,
because I need, for this much money, I don't want like a mess to open up and like have discs and flaps and like slots. But as far as the features go, it's pretty robust. Go down.
What do you think? What do you think of the cover of it, dude? The red's cool, fine, but
it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me.
It seems pretty generic to me. It's like, I mean, Criterion does a lot of stuff like this, but
I don't know why these people are afraid of form fitting to your collection on the shelf. Like, I hate having stuff that's like 3 inches taller, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so Killer's Kiss, The Killing, Paths of Glory, Spartacus, Lolita, Doctor Strangelove, 2001, Clockwork Orange, The Shining,
Barry Lyndon. You forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Barry Lyndon, The Shining, Full Metal Jacket, Eyes Wide Shut. So for me, I actually have the Blu-ray. Barry Lyndon didn't have a 4K. So go back up there.
Who put that out? The Blu-ray of Barry Lyndon.
Criterion.
Oh, Criterion put out. Okay, so this is
Yeah,
gonna be the first time.
Let's
Okay.
go through. Let's go through all of those.
Okay.
So, to my knowledge, I don't know about the shorts, The Killing and Killer's Kiss. I'm not sure if those have any kind of Criterion release or not. Paths of Glory.
Kino, I thought, put that one out.
Yeah, Kino's got Paths of Glory.
Yeah.
Spartacus, I don't think has Criterion.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Lolita, I don't. Gosh, I don't know either. Doctor Strangelove, I think, has both a Criterion and a studio release. Does it? I know it's got a studio release. Just let me see. Just some of these have multiple Doctor Strangelove Criterion. Yeah. Okay. So this has a. I think it's just got a. Yeah, it's got a Blu-ray. So Doctor Strangelove has a Blu-ray. So it's the first time in 4K.
Okay.
Through Criterion, but it's got like a studio 4K.
Mm-hmm.
And so in 2001 has a studio release.
Yeah, I have that release. Yeah, it's dirt cheap, like $10.
It's always like less, $7.
Yeah.
So I think this is the first time on Criterion, which is cool. Clockwork, of course, first time on Criterion.
Yep.
That's got a 4K, a studio release. Barry Lyndon has a Criterion Blu-ray. So this is the first time on 4K. I don't think it's on 4K anywhere else either. The Shining, obviously, this is a studio release, and now we got it on Criterion. I read that this has the international cut, but I wonder if it has both cuts.
Ooh. Okay, so are they going to re-release these a la carte?
I don't know.
Because I do want to see the transfer of this. Are they using the Studio Canal transfer? Or what kind of transfer they're using for The Shining? Because that's one I will buy separately if I don't end up getting. Because man, I don't know. Let's keep going.
Yeah, let's keep going. So The Shining, obviously, we've got studio releases of The Shining. They've fucking re-put that thing out a million times.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Criterion. All I know is it includes the international cut. I don't know if that's just the international cut or if it's in addition to. With a collection as robust as this is supposed to be, it better be in addition to, because nobody prefers the international cut.
If I click on one of these, will they tell me the specs of that?
Try it, because the international cut.
Oh yeah, okay.
The international cut is the inferior version. No. It's the one that they gimped and shit for like Australia, and they edited down. So it's actually not good. The director's cut is the superior. So hopefully it has.
I don't have any specs when it comes to it.
Go back. So hopefully, that's got every cut on it. Full Metal Jacket, that's got a studio release that doesn't have any Criterion release.
Cheap, yeah.
And then Eyes Wide Shut just got a Criterion release. So this is like, that's the only one I would be getting burned on. Is this?
Eyes Wide Shut,
yeah. Well, but here's the thing. So if I did pick this up, I of course would have to sell my Eyes Wide Shut. I would have to sell my Blu-ray Barry Lyndon, and then I could sell my cheapy studio releases. I'm not really getting boned that bad on this. If I wanted to double dip, I haven't even opened my Eyes Wide Shut. I haven't even opened my Barry Lyndon, so I might just keep all those sealed actually. But when does the Criterion sales run?
There's one running. Well, this doesn't come out until October, but one's running, I think, in July.
That's right. And they usually honor pre-sales.
They might.
I got my Eyes Wide Shut during the sale on pre-sale, cut in half. So everybody's gonna be looking at that. And $300 is still a lot of money, but
cool. It's cool, but
it comes down to the packaging for me. It has to be.
I love Kubrick, but it's still way too rich for my blood still, dude.
If the packaging is bullshit and it's like ginormous and I can't fit it on a normal shelf and it's going to be like the Freddy collection, I will just wait for a la carte releases, because these have to get a la carte releases.
If they want to make extra money, dude, because I do want to get The Shining on Criterion, because I guarantee it's going to be great.
I would double dip on all the I would get Full Metal Jacket on Criterion and pitch the fucking studio. I would get
2001. I would get that.
I'd get them all as they came on, came cheap. I would probably eventually, but Clockwork, I'd rebuy Clockwork.
Clockwork, yeah.
I'd get Barry Lyndon. I'd get And if they have these, if these Criterions, like if they a la carte have those, I like those uniform cases. I think they're kind of cool. Now I know
Well,
The
I
Shining
don't know
is,
if they're they digipack or are they just cardboard sleeves. I mean, that's what we don't know yet, right?
I don't know. But
Because
yeah,
looking at this, it looks like some sort of digipack, right?
yeah, where they like have little slots. It looks like, you turn the page like a book.
Which
I hate.
the Alfred Hitchcock collection, the Universal that put it out, it's a great collection. Don't get me wrong, but it's like sleeved like that, and it drives me absolutely nuts because you got to like pull them out, and I don't like messing up because I know 4Ks don't scratch very easy, but it's just I don't know.
I
Something about
don't know if Criterion is prone to do this, but they'd really be doing everybody a solid if they released an official video, an unboxing video before this thing goes live.
yeah.
Like on their channel. Like just post somebody cracking one open and going through it.
Well, they have a trailer for this. I don't know if it's the actual trailer for this. Oh, is that the trailer for the movie or no? Wait.
The trailer is, don't show that, but the trailer's not much. It doesn't give you any details on what's in it. It's just like, yeah. So, but look at that. Like I said, though, if you like that kind of packaging, some people like the crazy packaging they can put on display a certain way. As far as the content, I think it's easily $300 for the content. Like if you can get it for $3, absolutely. I mean, that's a fuck ton of 4Ks, man, with a lot of new special features and I think the value's there at $300 personally. If somebody can swing it and you don't like already own a lot of these movies, the 100% the value.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, you got the international version of The Shining. You got the 4K restoration, the making of. Let's see,
25 hours of interviews, docs, behind the scenes materials. I'm not sure how much of those are unique to these releases. I wish they would get into detail about that.
okay. Newly recorded commentary tracks, Kubrick, The Shining. Wow. Okay.
They dig them up. Newly recorded commentary.
Editor of book.
The book. Oh, it was like
Shining. Yeah.
Rare
films, graphic. Okay. Sorry. Unseen Lolito screen test with actor James Mason. Newly recorded conversation with novelist Jonathan. Historian, blah blah blah. Essays, deluxe. It's gonna be a hold for me. Wait and see. I don't see myself getting this just because of the price point, unless it gets.
I've never heard of Criterion really selling out of something.
Yeah. I'm never worried about that. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I would never get this not on sale.
Yeah.
But like I said, man, if they have a video and somebody can show me an unboxing and they can kind of qualm my nerves on the size of it, I don't necessarily think I don't know if do you think it's the kind of thing that would go less, like get marked down?
No.
Not less than 300?
No, they would only go 50% off. They don't mark stuff down ever, dude.
I think $300 is a good value. So it would be something I'd have my eye on.
Well, would it be $3? Because it's $479 here for but
they go off the SRP when they do that.
Oh, they do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna totally call it 300. Yeah, if they knocked it down to 240, then yeah, it's an even bigger. But I guarantee you they're gonna go off that retail.
If I had some like Amazon like gift cards or something like that, where I needed something to get, and this was in my wish list, then that'd probably be something I'd look at. But like I don't know, even sales, I'm hesitant.
Let's see here. Full Metal Jacket, John's second favorite war movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of on the
first. I like Platoon best.
I'm kind of in agreement with a lot of people that think Platoon's half a great movie.
I love Platoon. It's all great.
Not Platoon. Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
like the boot camp shit and all that stuff is in the military train. All that stuff. That's the better. It's two movies, and then they go to war, and it's still cool, but it's not as cool as the first half.
Not as engaging.
And then Platoon's amazing. I love Platoon. That needs a good release because those releases are always botched.
Well, I think was it Scream Factory that put that one out, man. I guess it looked Shout. Yeah, Shout put that out, and I think it was darker than hell. It was hard to see a lot of those scenes. But
how many of these Kubrick films have you seen, and what are your top 3 faves? Go Down. I have not seen the two shorts. I've not seen
I
Killer's
have never
Kiss of the
seen. Yeah,
Killing.
I haven't seen
I've
those.
never watched Paths of Glory. And Go Down.
I want to say. I'm gonna say I watched that in film school. Paths of Glory. I've seen Spartacus, Lolita. I don't remember Lolita a hell of a lot.
You've seen the original Lolita?
Yes, yes. A lot of these I watched in film school, man.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen those, the first three, basically. And my top three, The Shining, obviously. I'm gonna say Eyes Wide Shut's probably in my top three.
That's my number 2.
And maybe Clockwork is number 3. Go Down. Maybe I'm forgetting something.
2001's great.
It's a vibe movie.
You've got to be in the right headspace to watch
You got to
it.
be stoned. I'm gonna say Clockwork is gonna be round out the number 3. So let's see here. Now we can talk about there's some other new releases. I think Todd wanted to go over too, but that's the big one.
Yeah.
If you guys can't tell, I have calmed down a bit.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So it always
thought we needed to cancel the stream there for a second.
I always get frustrated when I'm fucking like when shit's going wrong right when we have to start. I'm like, God dang it, I hate it so much. Can't wait for that new VHS release of Past Midnight.
So I'm going off of, I used to go off Dawn of the Discs, but he didn't have like a good layout of like some of the stuff that I didn't know that was coming out. So I'm going based off of Biphysical Media. So shout out to whoever this is. He's a guy I follow on Twitter, X. So Past Midnight, it's the Blu-ray, but it's in the VHS box. So if you're a Rutger Hauer fan, there you go. I love Rutger Hauer, but I've never seen Past Midnight. The Saint. My name is Manute Hassenfoss. You remember The Saint, dude?
I try to forget.
I used to like it when I was a kid, man. I think I saw this in theaters.
Isn't Elizabeth Shue in this too?
Elizabeth Shue, yeah.
Meunier says he's not a fan of Criterion's weird packaging. I don't know what the Godzilla set looks like. Is it like the Bruce Lee set and all that? The big chunky cardboard box?
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that either, Mutineer.
I don't like anything that has like a flapper thing you have to pull out. I don't hate their cardboard boxes, but I actually like their clamshells. There's something quality about.
I like them too. Yeah, I like their clamshells. Yeah,
like I said, the Night of Living Dead, which I have the blue and the 4K. The blue has the cardboard, and the 4K has the clamshell. And I like them. The cardboard is beautiful because the art sprawls all around it. It's really a nice piece.
Just like Videodrome,
But I like the clamshell. I love the clamshell. I like how they're fatter than a typical Blu-ray. There's something premiere about them. They feel so good. And then I like what is it? And then the 4Ks that have like you mentioned Videodrome. That was a cardboard box on Blu-ray. It also got a cardboard box on 4K, but the 4K variants are always like a fatter cardboard box.
Sure.
They're thicker. Yeah. Anyway, The Hunger.
Have you seen The Hunger with David Bowie?
No, I've never
Susan Sarandon. I've never seen it either. I'm 4K looks like that's coming out. Batman Part 2.
That's a theater movie.
Okay.
Toy Story.
Didn't
you show that it was Friday? Finally getting a 4K. Who's putting out Friday? Probably
we haven't gotten there yet. Enemy at the Gates.
And that movie's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I don't need that. Last Boy Scout with Bruce Willis, David Wayans. Remember this movie?
Yeah, I've seen it a million times. It's always
I remember.
It's always on TBS.
I remember watching this growing up. It wasn't bad.
It's got Daniel Harris. Everybody's like scream queen. Everybody's crush. Daniel Harris. It's okay. It's fine. It's a good movie.
Arrow's putting this out.
Oh, okay.
That's like a Kino title. Are you sure that's Arrow?
It is a Kino title.
That's got to be Arrow or Kino. Come on. That's not.
Arrow makes it appealing though. I don't know why. Susume.
Last Man Standing.
Pass.
Arrow putting out? Jesus.
They bought the whole fucking Willis estate.
Let's see here.
Oh, look at those jugs.
I know. I don't want to look at those, dude.
Move on. Those sandbags.
See, I saw this. I'm like, Cable Guy 4K, dude. Do
Oh,
they even
that's
have
no, that's wait. Wow.
4K UHD? Dude, I love, dude. Cable Guy is one of my
But
all-time
that's got to
favorites.
be a studio release.
I don't care. I'm buying it, dude.
Mm, okay.
That's I'm excited. That's a cool looking. I'm not a steelbook guy, but that's a cool looking steelbook too, dude.
I never
It's
looked at
just skin Steven. Look at I love that part, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Billy. What else? Any Given Sunday. Good movie. I don't need to own it.
I never cared for it. It just it
Al
never
Pacino's great in it. Cameron Diaz is beautiful in it. James Woods is in it. Come on, I thought you'd like it.
I look, it's just okay. It's fine. Is that the one where he's saying great ass? I don't know what movie that is. Or is that like Heat? I think it's Heat.
Yeah, it might have been Heat.
Michael, dude. There you go. Get that diamond glove.
Nah, I don't need I'll watch it when it comes out, but let's see. Maniac 4K. I'm really excited about this.
Who's putting it out?
Severin's putting this out. So this is
Okay.
the Severin summer sale they're doing of Maniac. And if you haven't seen the Maniac remake, go watch it. It's one of my favorite remakes. Elijah Wood is fantastic in it. The way it was filmed is great. The soundtrack score is great as well. So highly recommended from myself. So go watch it.
Yeah, I still never seen it.
More Frankenstein Universal. I own a lot of these. I own the giant box set on Blu-ray. I don't need to upgrade them to 4K. Even though I do like the Universal stuff. The Blu-rays look amazing as well.
They're gonna keep pumping these out to the dawn end of time, dude.
Yeah.
Interview the Vampire is finally getting a 4K.
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers. I like what they've been putting out.
Yeah.
And I like this movie.
I'll buy it, dude. I like it too, man.
It's very very nostalgic. I love the era that it came out in. I love the mid-90s. This is when Brad Pitt was like the new fucking kid on the block. He was the new hotness. And yeah, it's a great iconic film. Tom Cruise is good in it.
Dude, he is a vampire in real life, man.
Yeah, that's why he's so great for the role. Did you do you like the Anne Rice like gay vampire angle?
Yeah, like I don't mind it at all, man.
Do you like, what's your favorite line from the movie?
Oh God.
The best line of the movie is when Lestat comes back from the quote unquote dead, where they left him to die. And he's been living in the swamp, surviving off rats, and he looks like shit. And when he comes back to the home and he's like, "You've been a naughty girl." And he looks like he's like just falling apart. I love that. It's so great. Okay, Extra. Who's putting out Extra? Arrow?
I didn't know this, and then I saw this. I'm like, really? I didn't hear about this. So this is I don't know if this is physical media knows something that everybody doesn't, but that's what they're saying.
That's my release of the year right there. Calling.
That's what they're saying. Don't if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But this is what
I love Extra. He looks like Bad Milo in the poster. It doesn't really so much look like Extra, but
I have that second sight release of it. It's just the regular 4K disc.
It's just like a yeah, I missed out on that, and it was hard to get after a while.
Yeah,
but I'll get the Arrow one. I don't care. I love Extra. I think it's great.
It is good, man. It's fun.
Sequels are terrible. It's funny you watch something like Extra 3, and all of a sudden it went from the grimiest UK production indie film, which I love about it, and then you watch Extra 3, and it's like a made for USA Channel movie. It's so fucking like, what is this? Stanley Kubrick, here we go. It's the Criterion Collection we mentioned.
Yeah.
Hey, John says I'll catch hell for this, but his top 3 is Clockwork, Full Metal, and 2001.
Oh my God.
I don't think there's
no Shining, huh? No Shining love.
Some people hate The Shining, dude.
That's crazy. I'm calling you Stephen King.
Pedicab Driver. RZA's One Spoon of Chocolate.
What is this, dude?
I don't know, but why does
Tarantino presents?
Tarantino's always back in the RZA's projects, dude.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know. Who's putting this out? Holy shit.
I don't know.
We were just talking about this. Remember, I was just talking about how it never got a 4K release?
Yeah.
And
who's putting this out? I can't tell.
And that I was gonna cave and get the Blu-ray at a point, but the Blu-ray went for like fucking $40. I'm like, I'm not paying $40.
Well, I'm sure this will be expensive too.
Is that imprint?
I don't know. I see an eye. I don't know.
Or is that what? Oh, can we zoom in? Take a picture, dude. Like screenshot it and zoom in. I'm dying to know. I love the Suspiria remake. Look, see there on the insert, you see Mia Goth, dude. They're all naked, dude. The dancing, dude.
And I love Mia Goth. I still haven't watched it because it's so damn long, but
it's a great movie. It's a movie that
yeah, it just says I, dude. I don't know. I mean, but it's a cool insert, man.
I'm tired of the steelbooks. Why we have to keep getting steelbooks? But let me see.
Well, that Night 90 steelbook is great, though. I'll give them their credit on that.
Who is putting out Suspiria remake 4K? That's cool. I've been wanting that for a few years, man. Yep, it's coming out from Imprint. Wild.
Oh, Imprint. Okay. Well, you know it's gonna be good then.
But that's wild that they got it.
Yeah. It'll be expensive.
Why? Fuck. Why? I don't understand it.
I don't know, because isn't it technically owned by Amazon?
Yeah, it was an Amazon production.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't get why people don't talk more about this film.
I need to just watch it on Amazon, man.
It's kind of a bummer, man.
I
don't want it on Imprint, dude. Manhunter. Who's putting that out?
I don't know. Is that another Imprint? I can't tell.
Yeah, they can't. They don't say. That was the Jetsons cartoon. I'd buy the Jetsons movie. I'm very nostalgic for the Jetsons movie. You remember that movie? Where
I watching it now.
Came out, I think, like in '89, and they even cast Tiffany, the hot singer at the time, to play Judy.
We're alone now.
She plays Judy Jetson.
Nice.
But I used to watch that all the time when I was a little kid. Darling, I'm going to have a baby. Look at Elliot Gould's O-face, dude.
I speaking of Tiffany, I always love that full House episode with Joey, where he's like,
"Let's go to the mall.
Don't think we're alone now." He's like pointing at Danny or whatever when he walks into the room.
Hysterical. Hey, what's up, Satan?
Satan.
What's up, yikes! Brother? Emil says that that big Kubrick box that's 850 Canadian.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, that's fucking insane, dude. Wolf Rain, Taste the Poon. Okay. Way too expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wolf, what's the point of collecting when resellers have ruined it? Well, if as long as they can meet the demand, then you put the resellers out of business. It's when they like make, I don't know, this false scarcity that puts resellers in business. But I've never known Criterion to sell out of anything.
No,
so
and that's how Vinegar Syndrome really made their nut or whatever with the whole limited shit. And now it's kind of like nothing at Vinegar Syndrome's limited like it used to be at this point, because they're re-releasing shit all the time with new slipcovers and all that stuff.
But yeah, I mean, resellers don't have a market if they just meet demand. I don't know what the deal is. Black Cat, Fulci's Black Cat. Never seen that.
Fulci's Black. No, I don't remember it. But yeah, the Edgar Allan Poe one.
Emil, you're cracking me up, dude. You sound like good people. Yeah. No, I didn't get smoked out. I just calmed down. So my thing is,
he has high blood pressure.
I have to when I spill milk, I need 5 minutes. I can't jump into like, oh God forbid, like if it happened and I had to jump into a work meeting, oh fuck, I'd probably be fired. I just need to like calm down, decompress. I hate when shit's going wrong when it's not supposed to be going wrong. I hate
That's my whole life, dude. You just have to adapt to it, man.
But I don't want to adapt. I don't believe it's, especially like with our situation. It's frustrating because like, you know, preferred customer, my ass. It's like Andy Dick and the cable guy. It's like you have, I don't know, you dump so much resource into stuff. Why can't stuff just work the way you want it? It's frustrating. Fast and Furious. Oh, speaking of which, we passed everybody's favorite movie, Obsession. So Obsession is getting a director's cut. And that's going to come out here shortly. So for anybody, I don't think it's really going to push any envelopes because the movie wasn't very violent. It just had one kill that, you know, but
yeah,
people will be interested in it.
Fast and the Furious. I
Don't
mean,
care about it.
it has its fan bases. I'm not one of them though, but
No,
Master of the Universe never really got into Masters.
no, it's not. It's not a good movie. Robert, I don't go to the theater on opening day. I'll wait a few days and go during the day when nobody's there. I hate annoying crowds. Yeah, I went and saw. It was a pretty full theater when I saw the Scary Movie a couple weeks back, and that was the first. Gosh, that was the first like opening weekend movie I'd seen in a long time, and it was kind of cool for a comedy. But the thing is like there wasn't that many people laughing, which is like, oh,
Yeah, that's
if everybody's like busting a gut laughing, it's fun. So I'm gonna go see Jackass, of course. So that'll be the next one I see. Who's putting out Roadhouse again?
Via Vision looks like, or
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, what Vinegar put that out a couple
Yeah.
years back. Darkman 4K Arrow.
Oh, yeah. So it's like all this stuff
You
with.
can take that. I don't need that.
Well, I have it on Shout. I have the Screen Factory.
Johnny Handsome did.
Oh, I love Mickey Rourke. I love that Kino puts out all the Mickey Rourke shit, dude.
Yeah.
So like MVD and stuff.
I love Walter Hill. I've never seen Johnny Handsome. Is it any good?
I haven't seen Johnny Handsome either. It's on my list.
Okay.
It's on my list, but I like Walter Hill as well too.
Yeah.
What's it called?
There's
So like we'll get into it Friday, but like Screen Factory is a sinking ship, right?
Yeah.
And we'll get into it Friday more in depth with the Day of the Dead stuff. But like even like Arrow's putting out variants of their films, obviously, even if they're like Region B or whatever, there's just such little reason to really go to Arrow at this. Screen Factory at this point, and they used to be on top, man. Like it's just like everything. I had so much Screen Factory back in the day, and they were just the kings. And I don't know where they fucking went wrong. I mean, obviously new ownership and a bunch of I don't know, but Beyond the Darkness. What is this?
Beyond the Darkness is a solid movie, man. I don't know who put this out on Blu-ray a while back, but I picked it up for cheap and I enjoyed it. It's definitely slower at some parts, but it has its creepy elements. I dug it. So if you haven't seen that.
Let's see here.
Oh yeah, this is what I want to do. The Centipede trilogy, man.
Okay, they're just getting bundled together.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I could have seen. I don't know. Doesn't it seem like Vinegar titles, dude? I could have seen
Centipede. No, these are probably too highbrow for Vinegar.
Who do you think? Who's putting this out?
I don't know.
Could you see like the first Human Centipede getting a second site release?
Yeah. No, I couldn't.
It's so funny. I've never seen such a unrealized potential cash in from like anybody like Tom Six, because he was all the rage for a second.
Hot, man. Yeah.
For a second, man. And he just kind of kept going back to Human Centipede. He never really followed it up with anything. And Human Centipede 3 was just terrible.
Yeah, and 2 I really love 2. I think 2's great, and I really like the first one too. But yeah, this is something I am interested in if they're coming out with like a 4K box of it, because I do really like the first 2.
Yeah, no, I want to own them as well. Yeah, everybody's excited about that extra. Satan, I'm so excited for that extra because I as well don't have a copy of it. And Extra is a movie I've never seen. You can't pick it up anywhere. Well, it looks like our chances. It's hard. It's not like readily available.
I probably just got it on a whim. Like,
dude, that thing sold out so fast.
Oh shit! I should have sold mine off.
Yeah, that thing sold out so fast. Fucking years ago, I tried to get that. I think like 8 years ago at this point, it was sold out. You could not find it. So, and I love Extra. So I'm glad somebody's gonna. I will buy an LE of that. I love Extra, and don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to like overhype it. It's a sleazy alien movie.
It's fun, man.
It's super grimy. It's super sleazy. It's super indie and low budget. But gosh, I just love it.
It's kind of like a basket case type of sci-fi movie.
It's just got something. I don't know what. Truck stop women.
I don't know, but it's interesting. I like the cover. I think the cover is pretty cool.
I bet you that guy, my Uber driver, is going to check that out.
Lot Lizard.
My Uber driver that took me to the airport to go to Pennsylvania for Living Dead weekend. Whenever you like get an Uber late at night, you always get the crazies, man. The guys that drive Ubers overnight, man, they're something else. And this guy
Hey,
was
if you're listening, we appreciate you.
this guy's I mean, I left him a tip. This guy's he was talking to me about all the truck stops and lot lizards and stuff like that. And then he was going off about like the best best gas stations to go through. And he told me about Sheets. Todd, you're out of focus pretty bad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And then he started telling me about his incurable foot fungus. He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna get the bed of the nail. I gotta get them removed because this fungus ain't going nowhere. I'm like, dude, I'm so glad I'm not eating right now. Misery. We need another copy of Misery.
No, we don't. Because this Aquino put this one out. This is Arrow coming soon.
What was Arrow. It? Wasn't it Shout?
No, I had the Kino one.
Why am I misremembering that? Let me see.
I thought it was Kino that put this
Misery
out.
4K. Okay, you're right. You're right, Kino.
I like Misery. I don't love it. I can see why people, love it because it's like we watched this when I was super young and we used to
It's a good movie.
Yeah, we used to freeze frame when he gets his legs broken. We're like, oh my gosh, that looks so real. Yeah.
It's a good flick. It's just a movie I've seen a lot. It was on TV all the time. And yeah, I don't know. It's just I've seen it a lot. But yeah, I'm not gonna run out for that because I've already got it too. So
more Kubrick.
Let's see
Sopranos.
here. Oh, Emil. Okay, so I don't know if I'd go that far. He says Suspiria remake is superior. I think they're just totally different movies. I don't even want to compare them. Like they're just completely. I think that's how you do a remake, man. The way they did the remake Suspiria is awesome. That's
why you need to watch the Maniac remake.
I mean, I will,
and I'll watch the Suspiria remake. Okay,
but I love the original Suspiria, but I love the remake too.
So for that, I did see Friday was coming out as well. It's not on this one, but the Friday
Studio?
4K. I think who owns that? I think Lionsgate, wouldn't Lionsgate Limited?
Well, Friday was New Line Cinema, so Time Warner.
Okay, so
I mean, I don't know if they're putting it out, but that's who it would have been. I think Friday, honestly, is deserving of a Criterion.
Absolutely, 100%. If House Party got one, yes, Friday is amazing, dude.
It's just when I think Criterion, they've kind of they had originally built their brand on being prestige, like you're allowed a Criterion release if you're culturally significant. Like Extra's not getting a Criterion, but Friday's culturally significant.
Yeah,
it is. It's just it embodies the 90s, and it lives on in meme culture, and everything about the movie is just it is pop culture. So I think it deserves a Criterion release.
Yeah, it gives you a glimpse into 90s and Compton, like the hood, which is crazy because I was what 8 years old from suburban Nebraska watching it, and I absolutely loved it. So I shouldn't have, but I mean that was right around the time when hip hop culture was getting big too. So man, and it's still hysterical to this day. I mean, I was quoting it in middle school with my friends, and I still quote it with Aaron all the time.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, young writer? Sorry if I didn't say hi earlier. Director's cut. The Obsession is going to have more cars to talk in. I like the movie too, by the way.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they cut out, but let's see. I've never seen any Jackass movies, and I'm pretty happy about that personally. Robert, now who's being judgmental? Now, Jackass is fun, dude. Turn your brain off, man. Watch Bam Margera get strongman. What do they call that thing? Where the strongman hits the mallet on the bing and it goes up. What's the thing?
I know you're talking about the
whatever. Remember in part 2, Bam Margera's at the top of it, and he's got his ass open, and then they're hitting it. It's a golden dildo that goes up in his ass. It's just so stupid. It's like lowbrow, but it knows it's lowbrow. I don't know. There's something about it. Robert, we'll get into this Friday, man. Why is everybody so frustrated about the Day of the Dead release? So what? You don't hear the word shit one time in the movie. Boo hoo. We'll get into them.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to Christian. We're gonna talk to Alpha. We're all gonna get into it.
I will say this: that's not the only thing that's wrong with it. That's not. It's not just that. There's some baseline criticisms I have about it. But we'll get there. If you're a casual, look, buy it, you'll like it, whatever. You might not even know the fucking difference. It's whatever. Dude, I had to read about some of the changes myself because I'm not like a scholar of the movie, but there's other things that are awry with the release. But
Prom Night. Are you a fan of Prom Night?
Movie sucks.
I agree. It sucks, dude.
Terror Train sucks. Prom Night sucks. I like Prom Night 2. Mary Lou is better.
Prom Night 2 is fun. I watched that recently.
Better.
Somebody told me. I don't remember who was that. Mutiny.
I told you.
Okay, somebody did.
I told you.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
It's the superior movie to the first one for sure.
Yeah, first one stinks. Mars Attacks.
Mars Attacks is fun. I think people shit on this movie, but it's just such a part of my childhood. I remember when this movie was out. I remember living in a Red Roof Inn, dude, and this was on HBO. This and Spawn. This and Spawn were like the HBO movies of the month because they both came out at the same time, and I did nothing but watch Spawn and Mars Attacks day in day out for like fucking what felt like 3 weeks. And I like it. It doesn't feel like a Tim Burton movie. Maybe it's the first.
Is it Tim Burton? I didn't realize that.
It's maybe the first Tim Burton movie that didn't feel like a Tim Burton movie. He hadn't gone to Disney yet because he became a Disney player after this. But there's something about it. I like all the celebrities. I like Jack Nicholson in the dual roles. I like
Jack is my man. I love Jack in pretty much anything, man.
You got Michael J. Fox and you got Pierce. It heavily marketed how many people were in the movie. That was a big thing, like all the stars. But it's funny. Even Jack Black in the early role when he gets zapped, like it's so stupid, dude. All right, but who's putting that out, by the way? Oh, it's getting a Steelbook release too.
Steelbook. Why isn't it telling Warner Brothers?
It's probably Warner. What's the collector's edition versus the Steelbook? Go up.
Collectors. I don't need a collector's edition.
Oh, but I'm saying it's like the Lethal Weapon where it's got the Steelbook in there. Yeah, I don't know if it's that kind of movie, but and it might not even be like a movie to own. But I do like the movie. I've got a soft spot for it, and I like Martin Short too. So we didn't know we didn't get a Friday release. Where's that at?
I think it's on here. Disclosure Day. I'm not hearing good things, but I still want to watch it. Friday.
Who's putting it out? It's got to be the studio.
Let's see. It doesn't tell me in the hashtags. So
all I know is it better have all the cuts.
Why is he looking directly into the Ice Cube, dude? That's kind of a weird shot. Yeah, he doesn't usually. He's looking off to the side, but
it could be a BTS shot.
Yeah,
or it could be AI altered.
That's true.
I think. What was I thinking? This better have all the cuts in it because
I don't want the fucking director's cut. I want the original
because that's all you had the option of on the DVD and the Blu-ray or whatever.
Yeah,
you had to watch the director's cut, which is
cook it up. Like the original theatrical is superior.
You have the Ice Cube on the ground, dude, and looking up in the. I don't know. It's just it doesn't have the flow of the director's cut. I can't remember. Does it actually omit anything that's in the director's cut, or does it just add a bunch of shit?
See, I think the director's cut has the what's her name? Can I borrow y'all's microwave right quick? I think that was the director's cut, wasn't it? Or was that the
maybe I need to borrow your car right quick?
Oh yeah.
There was one of the bits that was it just goes on too long. It's just a little much.
But the intro, the first 10 minutes of the film of the theatrical is so much better. If, like Aaron was saying, it flows so much better. They added some stupid shit in the other one where it kind of jumbled some things where it doesn't fit for me.
I mean, I'd like to have it as an addition. I mean, I'd be totally fine just watching like back in the day the deleted scenes. I just because I want access to the dropping the ice on the fuck. That's the TV cut. That he drops the ice, the dirty, and he looks up at the camera.
Every time I'm in the kitchen, you in the kitchen.
He's like
eating a bowl of the food. Yeah.
I smell your shit for 22 years. You can smell mine for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. It's classic.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, later, Satan.
See you say.
Yeah, I've seen Brain Damage, of course. Who
Brain
was
Damage
that?
is good.
Yeah, John was asking, anybody seen Brain Damage? Speaking of basket case. Yeah, I love Brain Damage.
Yeah.
And
I watched that recently and for the first time, and I really
oh,
liked
really?
it.
Yeah, I've got the was it Arrow? Put that out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't think Frankenhooker's as good as the other two, Hen and Lauder of the Holy Trinity. But
No, I don't either.
let's see. Yeah, Brain Damage. Brain Damage is a fucking acid trip, dude. It's a crazy flick. Criterion used to be highbrow boutique label. Now there's so many companies that do better than them. Well, and also Criterion kind of opened up their gates to, like, what was the Michael what was the Michael Bay movie they put on Criterion? I can't think about it. Oh, Armageddon.
Ugh, yeah.
Like, they started getting a little loose. Like, Armageddon?
Yeah. I don't know about that.
There you go, the American Pie
Oh,
movies.
hell yeah, dude. I see the UK, they put out like all of them on 4K, like a box set, and I should have gotten it because I love the American Pie movies. That was my girl Tara Reid.
Yeah, speaking of Dave, Robert saying I do own it. I've not watched it yet. I'll make the judgment for myself. I hope
Okay,
it's not
yes.
as bad as
Watch it and then listen to our
watch it and tune in Friday, man, because I'm looking forward to chatting about it. Like I said, it's kind of hard to know what you would think because, you know, I know you're like a hardcore Romero guy. I would think you'd be the guy that would be extra nitpicky about the problems with it. But then again, you also kind of seem very laissez-faire, but, you know, so I don't know. Like I said, it might not bother you, but I'm just saying, did these things warrant a new release like what we got? Like, it's a matter of like, did people need to buy it versus just keep the old Blu-ray type of thing for me? But there's a lot of little things about it. Spoiler alert, I don't think it looks very much different than the Blu-ray. It's a little brighter. That's like it. Like, literally, I did an A and B. It's like
brighter. We'll get into it.
Yeah, it looks a little brighter. That's all I can fucking see. Could you? What did you make of it? Did you do an AB?
I think it looks better than the Blu-ray.
I don't think it looks noticeable in most places at all.
But it's not the best cut I've seen.
All right. 4K Popeye. I've never sat through Popeye.
Look at Robin Williams' face, dude. I mean, there's Shelley Duvall. We're bringing her back.
Yeah. She didn't have to get put on a toilet. Oh, fuck. Live and Die in LA. Who's putting this one out?
This is
it's an ugly steelbook. Gross. I wonder who's putting that out. Show more. Does it say?
Subtitles French.
Who is putting
this out? It usually tells you on the hashtags down here.
That really bothers me. Go up. Did we miss it?
I don't see it.
Go up, go up, go up. What does FNAC mean?
I have no idea.
Click on the FNAC.com. That's the retailer, but maybe it'll say it on the retailer site.
Is that a new company?
Because it's not going to be Kino, because Kino doesn't do steelbooks, I don't think at all, right?
It's a French.
Oh, it's French. Fuck that.
The French love it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Scream Factory's going down the toilet, man. They shit their whole business away. But you know what, though? Everybody keeps talking about Scream Factory destroying themselves. But Shout Factory as a whole did do something cool in the past year that nobody talks about. They don't talk about it in the horror space because it has nothing to do with the horror. But they acquired the right of all those Hong Kong cinema classics. Like, you know, all the Hard Boileds, the John Woo films, the Ringo Lam films. That was a really cool get.
Yeah.
And I'm eating good on those. And I absolutely love them. Now, Arrow has all the Region B rights. So Arrow's been putting out a lot of those same releases at the same time now too. So now you have those options too. But those are cool, but nobody talks about those in the horror space, Bill.
Disney's putting out Young Frankenstein, dude. That's cool.
I've never seen it.
You haven't seen? Oh, it's good, dude. I love.
I'm not a Mel Brooks guy.
Okay, Dead Poets Society is good too.
It's
you ever see that?
Yeah, it's all right. It's like Oscar bait.
I enjoyed it.
Seize the day. Never seen Wild at Heart. I've never seen Wild at Heart. I have to see that. That's a what's it called? Fucking he just died. I can't spit out his name. Lynch. It's a Lynch movie I haven't seen.
Manhunter. Yeah.
Manhunter's cool.
Dolly.
Who's putting Dolly out?
Shutter.
They put out physical?
Yeah.
Go to pre-order. Can I see it on the Amazon link? Surely it's not $30.
Ugh. For Blu-ray.
Get out of here. I don't like
Yeah.
Dolly that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, go back. Disclosure Day. I've heard nothing but like mid things about Disclosure Day and bad thing. Blades of Glory, scary movie. Yeah, wait for scary movie to stream. I don't think it was worth the theater watch at all.
Yeah.
Red Blood on Black Gloves.
Giallo.
Oh,
Species. No. Why?
Who's putting that out? That's our. Okay, so who else put this out? Was it Arrow?
I think it was Arrow.
I can't remember who else. Species is not a great movie.
No, I don't need to own Species.
I don't like it, and it's a 90s relic. It's got that 90s stink on it. It's just not a, which I actually like that 90s stink, but it's not a very good fluck. Well, I think we're running out. We're pretty much getting to all the stuff.
Yeah.
So, but there's some good stuff.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, Cody, dude.
Cody, dude. Yeah.
Spike of Bensonhurst. Who's putting this out?
Never heard of the Fun City. Okay.
What is Fun City? What else do they put out? How much they charging for this? The more obscure the label, the more money it's going to cost. Let's see.
Well, they were one of the partner labels for Vinegar Syndrome, but
go to pre-order.
Doing their own stuff now.
$45
for Cody, dude.
$45.
Wow.
That I bet you this is streaming for free on YouTube. I'm going to look it up. What's it called? Spike of Bensonhurst. I'm going to look it up because this is definitely like a Tubi movie. I mean, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I watched. God, what did I watch?
Class of
1999 Part 2, which I enjoy. I enjoyed that movie. It was on Tubi, so go watch that.
Look,
if you see.
Well, the full movie is up on YouTube in parts. Like they have like a playlist. I don't see if I can find the full movie. Maybe the full movie's not up on YouTube. It's a boxing or a martial arts movie.
Oh,
like Karate Kid, dude. He's like in the ring, dude.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's
a fighter.
They pretty much told him to get into martial arts films.
Yeah, I mean that I'll tell you something. That cover ain't selling that.
No,
I don't know what I don't know what that cover is supposed to be selling, but it's not martial arts MMA type movie.
Well, you can buy the 4K from Fun City.
That's all right. So my obviously I'm intrigued by the Kubrick thing. I think that's obviously a big release. I want to know what the packaging looks like because that's going to be huge for me, and it's very expensive, and it's going to be something I'm going to wait on. Where's our
it's right here.
Okay. Well, where's the big one? We don't do the big one no more.
No, this is the one we do.
I thought we did the big one.
No,
we always did. Where'd it go?
You want that? I'll give it to you.
I just want to know where it is. I haven't seen it.
I don't know. I mean,
it's not a big deal. I was just saying. Anyway, but I gotta say, Extra, that might be my thing. I'm super excited. Oh, and the Suspiria. I was literally just talking about that, and I've been talking about it for a few years. That never got a 4K release, and the Blu-ray release was just stupid expensive. So I'm really pumped about that. That's definitely a purchase for me. And Extra day one, I will not miss it. I'll get whatever limited edition they have of that because I love me some Extra.
And mine's the Maniac remake,
and I'll check that out.
Cable Guy 4K.
The Cable Guy 4K is cool, but that's gonna be so easy to get. It's gonna be like the Tommy Boy 4K and the way there's
I'm excited about it though.
There's no, I don't know. I'll get it, but there's no sense of urgency.
No, there's no urgency for that one.
Robert, sorry, brother. Get to my dead pit comment, please.
No, we're not.
No, it's not a bad comment. Dead Pit hates Scream Factory. They are petty and biased against them, so I don't care what they think about the Day of the Dead 4K. Well, watch it for yourself.
Maybe they're speaking the truth on this one.
So watch it for yourself, like you said. I think on a baseline level, people are going to enjoy it. Like the people that are like getting uptight about it are the big time collectors. And I do kind of get where they're coming from, man, because
you're spending primo money on
you're spending primo money on a re-release.
Yeah.
And you're getting an inferior product than it doesn't make sense. It's not a thing of like, if that's your only copy of Day of the Dead, watch it, enjoy it, whatever. You know, there's dialogue changes. And like I said, the average fan's probably not gonna like notice it. But if you love Day of the Dead, like, dude, if it was like Rocky, or if it was Alien, or even like, what are these movies I've mentioned on this episode? If it was movies like Batman Return, it was any movie that I knew like the back of my hand, it would bother me. If there was like 8 to 10 bits of dialogue that were punched out for different shit, I'd be like, what? It would bother me a little bit. And if it's your only way of watching it, the average person's not going to care. But it's just the fact of, I don't know if it's worth totally shitting on. It's more of a thing of buy it or don't buy it. Like, it's not worth the upgrade type of thing, And especially
we'll see on
we're
Friday.
going to talk about it on Friday, and there's Second Sight's coming out with theirs. And it's one of those things where maybe people should wait. And now I kind of regret opening mine, but it is what it. It's a novelty. Now I have it. I've got this ugly art. I've got this ugly cover, and it didn't even bother me. Like, the cover's ugly, but like, it's all
the cover is god.
I'm gonna be looking at the spine most of the time, so I wasn't even getting that bent out of the shape of that. But it's also weird too, because it's like on the inside of it, they've got the classic artworks on the individual cases. Why is it so hard to put that on the outside? I just don't get it. And I'm not saying that the art on there is totally AI. It might have been commissioned and then somebody went over it with AI. But it looks a little stinky. So, but it's just the fact, like Todd said, even though it's not like one of the more expensive boutique releases, $40 is still not chump change.
Still a lot of money.
It's like, most people could probably just hang on to the Blu-ray. It's the principle. But anyway, we'll talk about it Friday, man. Hopefully you can join us. They might be speaking the truth, Todd, but it doesn't change everything. I've heard from them over the last year and a half about Scream Factory. I love Day of the Dead, but they will always crap on no matter what. Well, that's neither here or there. I mean, I have a lot of Scream Factory releases I still love. I'm trying to think of the new releases. What are the only new releases that aren't like represses of old films? Ghost of Mars comes to mind. End of Days. I besides all the Hong Kong cinema classics, because we forget Scream Factory is Shout Factory. In the broad umbrella, the Hong Kong classics is a huge win for me. I'm eating good with that shit. There is so much. They are just milking the shit. They acquired all of like the Golden Harvest shit. And it's just there's like a new release every other month coming out. It's great. But yeah, as far as the horror stuff, I think the only new Blu-rays have been those two films, The End of Days and Ghost of Mars. They had such a good run with Blu-ray where they were just coming out with new shit so much during the Blu-ray era. And now with the 4K stuff, they're just not adding anything new to it. So I am on the side of criticizing them because they are just like and they're putting out like, they're releasing a movie and then in 6 months they're going to release it again, a steelbook. And they've released these movies like 3 or 4 fucking times. They have nothing left in the tank. I'm not saying that they're not good movies. Oh, I forgot. Killer Clowns. Right? That was a new, because that's Shout, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so so there's been a few, and I like the Killer Clowns release. But I held on to my Arrow release too, because it's got features that aren't on the Shout one. It's just a fact of like, it doesn't look good for them. Like, where are they going to go? They have no other releases to put out, and they're milking and re-releasing the same movies in different packaging every few months. It's smoke on the horizon.
We're not gonna defend them when they shit the bed. So
it just doesn't look good for their business. Yeah. And obviously they have new management. I know they're selling through Groove now, and somebody else bought them out. I don't know. I would love for them to make a big comeback, but what else could they do at this point? I don't know. Maybe they just ran their course. But the fact of the matter is almost everybody is running circles around them right now. But they were the king. They were the king in the blue era.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see if they like I said, but I'm eating good with the Hong Kong classics, man. I love them for that. So There you go. Well, check us out on Friday. We'll have Planet CHH. We'll have Christian on from over there, and we're gonna have Alpha. And we're gonna be talking all about Day of the Dead, and we can talk all about. We'll talk more about Living Dead Weekend. I'm sure it's gonna come up because I know Christian. I think I saw on his social media. I think he was saying he couldn't go or he wanted to go. You know, I understand he's a big he's a Romero guy, so I'm sure it'll come up. We'll talk about stuff, but we're gonna talk about Day of the Dead. We'll talk about the label, you know, and we'll try not to be too doomerish about it, but you know, I'm just gonna call it like I see it too. And I agree with you, man. I don't like shitting on stuff to shit on stuff. And I would agree with you. I think there's some people out there that do lean real heel on stuff, and sometimes I don't get it, you know, but that's their prerogative. But you know what? We're not in bed with anybody. Nobody's fucking paying us. Nobody's giving us free movies. I have no reason to give you a disingenuous opinion about something. The Shout Factory stuff I still have. I'm not getting rid of. I love it.
No.
My whole thing is I don't really know where they're going.
Yeah, there's nothing new. I do want to get the blaxploitation stuff though, box sets. I still haven't gotten those because they're so damn expensive. But
and a couple years ago they did. I also forget they did put out the Stellar Halloween 4K set, and that they had the original, and they got the original Halloween, and they got like Resurrection. So there has been a couple, but if you compare it to like, dude, in the Blue era, everything was new.
Yeah,
everything was new. So it just is what it is. But hold on, Robert. I think you guys are missing my point. Scream Factory used to be my favorite boutique, but they've crapped the bed a lot lately. Yeah. They had their time. I mean, like they just like literally they used to own the space. And now there's just too many people. And now it's just so easy with the way, you know, players work. I mean, you can just buy, if you don't like what Scream has to offer, Arrow's going to be putting it out as well. And you can get their variant, their packaging, and your player is going to play it. Because if you like physical media in 2026, your player is probably going to play everything, and you can play Region B. So you have all these options now. And, you know, people are buying shit from Umbrella. People are buying, everybody's got something.
Yeah.
So there's just more competition. What's up, Blaine's?
Hey, Blaine.
We're starting to wind down. Kib. What's that mean? Complete box with a Kubrick is God. Oh, complete box with a K. Mortal Kombat. Oh, complete with a K like Mortal Kombat. Speaking of which, I am anticipating my Mortal Kombat. It is in the mail right now. I'm not cool like some of the blue tubers that got advanced copies. I had to wait like everybody else, and it's en route from Orbit. I do regret buying from Orbit because once again, this is like the second Arrow release I got burned by. That they're not selling out. They're printing plenty of these films that like I thought the Turtles one was gonna be a hot ticket, and they would just like go to a la carte releases. Didn't happen. They can't give those things away. They made so many of them, and they're always cheaper on Amazon, and I miss out because I'm locked into what I pre-ordered on.
Well, that Day of the Dead dropped on Amazon too today. It was at $39.99 now, so it's dropping $5.
Oh, well, you could always do the switcheroo. It's still within 30 days. You could buy the new one, return the old one. I've done it.
Yeah,
that literally customer service will tell you to do that because they won't price match. So, and they literally customer service will be like, yeah, we can't price match, but you could order another one. And you could like, yeah. The fact that they know that's what you can do, like just price match. Why are you putting me through this? You're wasting the shipping. I'm wasting the gas. It's probably not worth $5. But anyway, the point of my story is I love going through Orbit. I love going through Diabolic. The packaging is always primo. They package shit better than when I order straight from the tap at Arrow. They fucking it comes to me damaged. I'm not saying it's damaged in their warehouse, because everything that gets shipped to Orbit or whoever is great. So it's how they package it at Arrow. They fucking terrible pack job. But you know, Amazon, you can always return stuff. So, and it always is cheaper, man. So yeah, I left money on the table, not getting my Mortal Kombat through Amazon. I left money on the table, not getting my Turtles through Amazon. But regardless, it's on its way, and I'm super excited to watch that. And what else? Oh, I've been saying it for a few days now. But now Mortal Kombat 2 is on demand. And as much as I don't want to pay $20 for a rental, I do kind of want to watch it. And I think the movie's going to HBO Max sometime in July. I don't know. I'll have to see. If it's in August, I'll rent it. I'll pay the $20. If it's a couple weeks away, maybe I'll hold out. But I don't know why. but I think that movie kind of disappointed in the box office. It might have that franchise might have ran its course. There might be no third movie coming, but anyway, I do want to watch it. I wish it was $6 to rent though. See you guys Friday, hopefully. Cheers. Yeah, we'll be going live Friday.
We're not going live.
Oh, sorry. So we normally always go live Friday. This Friday is a little bit different. We are recording that video. I'm so sorry. And that's my fault. I keep saying that. Hey, join us live. We're going to talk. We're not going to be live. I'm sorry, but we're going to do it and it's going to go up right away.
Yeah.
So you guys will be able to see it probably Friday night. I apologize. And then we'll be back normally with live next Friday. But I'm looking forward to you guys seeing this video and this chat and this discussion. Hopefully you guys chime in on it. But I almost never ordered anything from the company's website. Hey, Shout Factory, they weren't always the best either too. I'm telling you, I have that Amityville Horror Blu-ray set that old one out of that went out of print a long time ago. I must have got the last one in their warehouse whenever I bought mine because they sent me a used copy.
They all look like shit. The copy I got new was terrible too.
Dude, it's like they gave me the one that was in their break room. Like it was all worn to shit. There's no wrapping, no nothing. Nothing was wrapped, and the box was fucking torn. It looked like a kid got a hold of it, and all the clamshells were open, and some of them were cracked. It literally was like used, but that's all they had. And they couldn't replace it, so I'm like, fuck, I just dealt with it. It is what it is. But anyway, we're gonna go. Oh God, here we go. Why aren't you guys doing it live? Todd, why aren't we doing it live?
Because I got to do it at a specific time because I can't do a live show on Friday. So I'm sorry, Robert. It's my fault. I'm sorry.
But it'll go up right away. I'll edit it. I'm going to throw it up as soon as we're done. And tell you what, if you guys want, I'll set it up as a premiere and I'll be in the chat if you guys want. If you guys like that, I don't know. Do you guys like the whole setting stuff up as a premiere? We don't really do that, but if you guys want
it. Yeah,
I'll hang out in the chat and we'll watch it together. Yeah, but next week we'll be live. Next week is we don't know the exact release. Sometime in July, Fango is coming back.
Yes,
and we're just waiting on the archives to go live for everybody. And
subscribers
they haven't given a hard date. It just says July.
Yeah.
So whenever that happens, we are going to pick up Fango Friday again. We could go back and forth with Rue. The way I'm kind of feeling right now is like, I want a baby Fango. And then every now and again, when we feel like it, like if there's a Rue that's relevant to it, we'll do a Rue. But I want to get back to Fango, man. Fango was getting good. And, it's just a better era, man. Let's just be straight, But anyway, maybe Rue's going to be our thing for the modern releases when the new Curry Barker film comes out.
Next Living Dead weekend drop. It'll be here Friday or Saturday. I got some stuff I'm editing right now. So
so Todd started a new job, so he's been a little busy. But basically, the next one, it's going to be the introduction to
private screening. Yeah,
the Dawn of the Dead screening on Friday night, and that was introduced by Ken and Galen and Scott. So that's what's going to be going up here next, and it's just about ready. So hopefully anytime now. But glad you guys are enjoying that. And for anybody that isn't aware, we've got 3 panels up. We've got the main cast panel. We got Ken's introduction on Friday. And then we have the SFX panel. And
then we have locations presented by...
Well, those are out now. Those aren't out yet. The locations isn't out yet.
No, I know. I'm just saying what we have.
But what we have out now is the 3 panels.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, Jeff, you guys, we had somebody complain about the audio. I was like, how dare you? Because this thing, it sounded bad, dude. We cleaned it up. It sounds pretty damn good what we had to do with it. And also, we obviously have the best ones out there because Savini reached out to us himself. Well, his guy.
Yeah. Savini's team,
asked permission to use our footage on his official website.
Yep.
Because that tells you, like, I mean, we must, our hard work paid off because I said yes, but I should have pulled a Savini and been like, for a price, for a little money, Savini. No, but yeah, but yeah, as Todd alluded to, we have location videos coming out. We have and I'm gonna edit those. I'm gonna start working on those this weekend. I just need help finding. I gotta find the fucking audio. That's the only thing.
Yeah, we'll get you the audio.
Is if I have that, I'll fucking go ham and I'll do them all.
Yeah.
But we have Evans City Cemetery, the Night of the Living Dead Cemetery. We have the craziest filming locations. We have the Night of the Living Dead farm. Anything else? Is that the 3?
I think we got some other shit that I can't think of off the top of my head.
And we've got Alpha on those with us too, and we were hanging out with him all weekend, stuff like. So those will be a lot of fun. I'm really stoked to get those out for you too, and you know, we'll be the new Griff Life.
It's more of a Dateline where I'm talking to him while we're walking, and he's showing us everything. It's very.
It is daily.
Really cool.
Like I need to interrupt it with a narration and then a mute your audio. Like it's people come here from far and wide. Well, you guys are still talking. Yeah, we'll do it. I should do it like a Dateline, dude.
That'd be awesome. Yeah,
that'd be so fucking funny. We can do it like we're talking about one of those crooked homes on 60 Minutes, dude. If I would have killed if Todd would have got footage of me clenching my ass cheeks running into the woods.
tried to. I took some photos. I'm gonna see if I can find them. But you were running to the car. I don't think I got you running to the woods.
Because we mentioned it on the last Room Morgue stream with Alpha, but basically, dude, I had a fucking Harry Dunn moment in the Night of the Living Dead Cemetery where I'm like, holy shit, I got a shit. Todd, unlock the car, and I had to run. And I got a fucking camera, and I'm like clenching, and I almost didn't make it. And I got in the car, and I had to get my wet wipes out of the car, dude, because I am not using leaves. Alpha's like very nonchalant about that. Be like, dude, I am not getting poison oak in my asshole. I don't know anything about this though. And yeah, I had a very interesting experience holding on to the bark of a tree on a decline hill, dude. So it's like I'm like holding on for dear life while squatting while like almost falling off a hill. And if I lost my grip while I was fucking spasming out of my butt, I would have rolled backwards down a hill like Chris Farley with my pants around my ankles. And it wasn't fun, but I really wish Todd would have gotten me like scurrying away. You know, it reminds me of Garth, dude, on what is it? On Wayne's World. It's like, what's over there? And they look over there and they see him scurrying away. You could have got me, dude. What is that? Want you guys to dig into Forger? What's Forger? What is that? Oh, want to see you guys do more foreign film. Hey, I'm down. I love foreign films, and I still love the idea, which we need to get into a new rhythm. I still love the idea of bringing back cinema enema, personally, where we can just do a pre-recorded podcast and we can talk about these films, because my Lord, I like Freddy as much as the next guy. But I need a break from the Freddys and the Michael Myers. And I need I'm so much deeper than that. Can a boy talk about extra? Can a man get an extra in the house, please? Can but I want to talk about I'd love to talk about Hong Kong cinema.
Yeah, some Japanese horror too. I'd like
so this is something me and Todd have been going at for a little bit. And I get his headspace. My headspace is there too. YouTube is a cruel mistress. They want you to be so fucking pigeonholed into a niche, and you got to be the more tight in on that niche, the better. I'm okay with being niched into movies, but man, there's more to me than horror. Like I want to talk. I would love to talk about all these Hong Kong cinema releases. I love this shit. I love Ringo Lam. I would love to have Ringo Lam month. You know, I would love to have John Woo month. I would love this. Or if we want to do horror, we can do horror. I want to talk about foreign horror. There's all kinds of great foreign horror. So I just want to branch out a little bit. Now, whether or not YouTube's going to like that, I don't know. But we have to start dipping our toes a little bit. But if you guys have any recommendations on things you'd like us to cover in the realm of foreign film, let us know, because I love it. And especially if it's stuff I haven't seen, I love seeking out that stuff more, because it's just like a lot of it's so untapped, man. And I would think maybe there's like a place for it on YouTube, because I feel like not that many people are talking about all the foreign shit. So personally, I would love it. Yep. All right, guys. All right. So I think we are going to wrap it there. Thank you so much for joining us. Like I said, Friday. Sorry, not a traditional live, but we are going to be having that video, Day of the Dead, with Christian and Alpha, and it's going to be awesome. And then it'll go up right away, I promise. Let us know if you want me to make it a premiere and we can hang out in the chat. I'm cool with that. But just let me know. I don't really know if people like the premieres or if they just want us to throw it up. But regardless, it's going to go up right away. So let us know what you think about that. Check out all the Living Dead Weekend content we have. Look out for the rest of the Living Dead Weekend content we have. And we'll catch you next week. Back to normal schedule next week. Completely. Yep. Bye. Peace. I want to give a special thanks to our YouTube members and our patrons. If you haven't joined yet and would like to, click the link below this video and gain access to hours of bonus content. What are you waiting for?